Yo, people, and welcome to For a Different Lens podcast. We're doing a bit different today, you get me? Something special, switch it up here and there. It's just me, myself, and I. No one else. No, I'm joking. We've got a guest with us. I like to say special guest, a close person in my life, you get me? I'm not going to bust no bants today because I always bust bants. But special guest, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Keisha. That's it, really?
That's it. Keisha, who are you in my life? Do you want to give the people
Do you want to give the people
So
introduce me?
yeah, Keisha's one of my closest, nearest and dearest friends.
Sometimes.
Sorry, what was that?
Sometimes.
I mean, I don't feel I've ever said you as a sometimesy friend.
Okay.
Raw.
That's
Hey,
fine.
it's gonna come out, boy. But yeah, obviously this is my G, this is my sister, and you get me. My female confidant. If it's not any of my sisters, this is my go-to person. So yeah, and she is here to ask me some questions.
Yeah, it was 50 questions, but it's a lot more now. So
Oh,
definitely not 50 anymore.
so just gotta put a disclaimer. I do not know these questions at
Yeah.
all. I've not seen them. I don't know what I'm gonna be asked, etc. But I will try my best to answer them as best as possible. Whether I actually do, that's a different.
Some,
Right.
I'm not sure, but we'll see.
All right,
We'll
cool. Should we get started then?
Okay, which football team do you support?
Manchester United.
I had to think about that.
Well, I mean, I was
So
sipping my
first
drink.
question. Okay, what was your first job?
I did door-to-door sales when I first went to uni in Cardiff. I can't remember exactly what for, but I was literally there for like maybe a week or two. I remember starting in winter, and it was flipping cold, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, don't blame you. What's your favorite color?
I'd say blue's been my go-to when younger, but
That's boring. That's
I was
so
gonna
basic.
elaborate on
Okay,
that.
yeah.
As I've grown older, I do like grey a lot. Green's been my color this year, but brown was my color last year. So
it's ever changing.
it's yeah. As my age is changing, my colorway is changing as well. So you know.
Okay. Can you play any instruments?
Oh, I could play the recorder in my heyday. You get me?
Could.
Yeah. I don't know if I can anymore.
Okay. Seems as the answer's no.
Oh shit. Okay.
If you could, which instrument would you choose to play?
Ooh, great question. I think I would. It is between violin or maybe saxophone.
Oh, like that one.
Yeah, violin or maybe saxophone. One of the two. I can't choose between the two right now. So
Yeah, like that. One thing you can't leave the home without, excluding obviously clothes.
My phone.
Okay.
Yeah, my phone's my go-to. Always on the go on the chat. So
Fair enough. If you could sit down with anyone for 2 hours, dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh. This is tough. It'll probably be an athlete
Why athlete?
by default. I think who's alive, Novak Djokovic.
Who's that?
Tennis player. I feel like he's the best tennis player of all time.
But why would you want to sit down with him for 2 hours?
Because he came through when other two players that people called the best of all time, and I feel he surpassed them in that era. And what it took for him to get to that level, because he's not the most spectacular on the eye out of the three, but his fitness levels, his mental fortitude is insane. Like, and he's still playing now, trying to compete with the young guys. So I'd like to potentially pick his brain on as to why.
Okay.
So yeah,
Fair
Novak
enough.
Djokovic.
I wouldn't have expected that to be answered, to be fair.
I think he'll hold a really good conversation as well. That's why.
What star sign are you?
Scorpio. I ain't great with star signs, so I had to think about that.
What is your favourite time of the year?
Uh, spring.
House parties or clubs?
Woo! Ooh, this is tough. Because I actually enjoy both settings if I know I'm gonna have a
Have
good
to
time.
choose one.
Um, I'd say house parties because I'm gonna spend less money. That's literally it.
Okay, fair, good answer. What is your favorite quality about yourself?
Oh, it's the part I've kind of find weird. I don't really like giving myself bells. But I'd say my best quality is I feel like I'm a good connector of people.
What do you mean by that?
So if if I know, for instance, that you kind of specialize in something,
Hmm.
and I know someone else that potentially in the same field, but you don't know them, I'd
Oh,
kind of
okay.
start up that
Okay, yeah.
conversation to see if you can say work together
Hmm.
or do business together
Hmm.
or try and elevate each other in that kind of way. If I feel like it'll be beneficial, I won't do it for the sake of it though. Um, so I'd say that being a connector, and I feel like being there for people as well
So
as
not being
much
a
as I can.
hater, basically.
Sorry, say that again.
Not being a hater.
That is far from my best quality.
No, that's you said you like to connect people, so you're not hating. Like you're
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were sending a shot.
No,
Yeah, like
no.
I've got no problem in terms of actually trying to bring people together.
Yeah, that's a nice
So,
quality to be there. What is your childhood nickname and is there a story behind it?
uh, I'd say my family just used to call me Little Joe because one of my older cousins was called Joseph as well, so he was Big Joe. That was
Okay.
literally it.
What is one piece of advice you'd like to give your 18-year-old self for navigating life, given what you know now?
Um, I would probably say to my 18-year-old self that I wish I had more confidence to take leap of faith with certain stuff then, because there's certain stuff at that age I knew I was good at, but I felt like people kind of had to bring it out of me.
Can you elaborate?
Well, flipping out. Um, again, is I'd say 18, but just for instance, even slightly younger, I always knew I was good at football.
Hmm.
But like when I'd go on trials to certain places, etc., I wouldn't be the same person that I'd be playing for my team
Okay.
until like I'm really comfortable. And there were certain aspects I felt like that probably held me back.
Hmm.
And obviously, by the time I got to 18, I knew I was kind of a bit more realistic with football. But I always had like a mature mindset in terms of how I saw the game and stuff like that. And then just probably to elaborate further, I'd say maybe in terms of leap of faith aspect, traveling when younger.
Mm,
I don't. There's still nothing that can stop me now. I can still do it, but obviously, life's a bit more harsher now. The economy's tighter.
tight.
Whereas at 18, it definitely weren't. I mean, we all went on like our first holiday around that time, so
Yeah, I was there.
which was lit. That's why I said we. But yeah, I probably lead at 18 onwards to my early 20s, traveling more, doing things for myself like that.
Okay, so to summarize the 2 points, like the first one, what would you
Pre
say to your
18, just before 18, more confidence in terms of how I used to play football from an
okay?
outside setting that I weren't comfortable in, and then post 18, leap of faith in terms of traveling, kind of branching out a bit more.
I
So
like
yeah,
solo traveling or like
yeah,
not waiting for people.
yeah. That is solo, not even just the waiting, just probably solo traveling.
Okay. How has your life been different from what you imagined it to be like?
Ooh, ooh. Um,
It's a hard one.
I won't go into. I was gonna go back to the sports. That's probably my go-to, but I probably thought when I was younger I was going to be an athlete of some sort because
Hmm.
I did play quite a few sports, but then realizing it's either choosing one or the other when getting to a certain age, and then becoming a bit more realistic in terms of, okay, cool. maybe I'm not going to be able to go down those routes. And so from that part onwards, sorry, what was the question again?
How has your life been different from what you imagined it to be?
Okay. So that in terms of the football or sports aspects, probably saw myself in my younger years playing the sport to some capacity. And then I don't know, I genuinely don't know in terms of how different. Maybe I just thought I'd be.
That is a bit of a broad question because
Yeah,
for me, like when I was younger,
yeah, go
obviously I
on.
thought, oh, I'd have kids by the time I was 18.
Yeah,
I'd be married. Like, but then obviously as you get old, the older you get, the expectation for your life change. So
yeah.
so I suppose that is a little bit broad.
But how would you, for that question for yourself, do you think you can answer that?
Oh, that's a tricky one. But again, it depends at what stage in my life
Yeah, because I never,
I'm referring to.
I don't think I'd like to say a lot of guys don't really see life like that when younger, in terms of by this age I'm gonna have
Yeah,
kids,
exactly.
by this
That's
age I'm gonna get
whereas
married.
girls,
So
it's
yeah,
more.
things like that I did not actually really think about. Just probably thought, oof, I don't know. I don't think I had a big outlook in terms of,
Mhm.
say, my future when I was younger. So that's probably one thing I not wish I did, but like was exposed
Okay.
to kind
hmm
of broaden my horizon in that aspect. So yeah.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
Ooh, best gift I have ever received. This is tough. This is tough.
Think
Yeah.
dig deep.
Oh my days. Do you know what? Yeah, probably having a surprise birthday done for myself, because
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not really I don't seek gifts. I don't, not to say others do, but like someone buying me a gift doesn't really like enhance how I feel about them,
Yeah. Okay.
etc.
It's not your
Um
love language.
yeah, yeah, like in list of love languages, whatever, that's probably
At the
5.
bottom.
Yeah. So like, yeah, receiving gifts, there's none that's ever made me think, wow, like
Wow.
I'll appreciate them, don't get me wrong. I'd be happy with majority of the stuff that I've got done, but like I'd probably say, yeah, having a surprise birthday done for me, because I've never thrown a party for myself, anything
hmm
like that. Um,
And you're
and
not always like someone to celebrate your birthday.
yeah, I never do. You lot know this. You lot get onto me, but I love celebrating other people, innit? Like say weddings, birthdays, anything like that. But when it comes to myself, I just never do those things. So, and the fact that I was actually surprised, I had no like
Idea.
idea that it was gonna happen, and then like
Yeah.
seeing all of you lot there, like my mom and dad involved, everything, I was like, all right, cool. And it was a weekday as well, so it made it even better as well. Like
Yeah.
people actually took their time out. So I'd say that's probably the best gift that I think I've received.
That's a nice answer. Do you prefer fruit or veg?
Ah, fruit.
Fruit.
Yeah, fruit easily.
If you had to sing a song to survive, what song would you sing?
Woo! I think me and Deji were talking about this in the car one time, probably on the way to Jacobs.
You have to really think about this because it's like
No,
it's
I think
life
I
or
know
death.
it. It's Until the End of Time, Beyonce and Justin Timberlake.
Do you
I
know it?
think it's
Do
Until
you
the
know
End of
it
Time.
bar
Is
for
that
bar, word for word?
basically? I'm not singing now, but I'm sure it's
I'd sing Happy Birthday to You.
under pressure. You're boying it. Yeah, Until the End of Time. Justin Timberlake, but with Beyonce, because he's got the original version, so the one with Beyonce.
Fair.
Yeah, that.
Final answer.
Yeah,
Not
that's
going for a
easy.
Christmas Carol or
No,
nursery
no, no, no.
rhyme. Sure.
That one, or maybe like a hymn or a gospel song. But if it's like a normal song, yeah, Until the End of Time.
So final
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, that's easy. That
You
one's
sure you're
easy.
making it out?
100%.
Okay, that's fine. That's stick with that. That's okay. It's
100%.
fine. If you had to be an animal, what animal would you be?
But yeah, I'm quite dark, so a Black Panther. Do you know what I mean, mate?
When was the last time you cried?
um, Ooh, when when my youngest sister, it was after she gave birth, but it was like when our family pastor came to come and pray for my nephew and
Oh,
stuff like that. When like we officially named him and stuff like that. But it was tears of joy in it.
that's nice.
So I'd say then yeah,
Yeah, that's really
I
nice.
know what like say, when you know what people have gone through and stuff like that, and then it's like a big blessing in the life, and like he uplifted our family massively. So yeah.
That's really sweet. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
That is so. To people that know me, that would sound so easy because
Yeah,
everyone will
that's
think
what I
I'm a
would
night
think.
owl,
Yeah.
but I'd say I'm both. I'm hybrid because I'm used to being up early.
Hybrid.
I'm used to the lack of sleep, which isn't good. I don't recommend it. But I'm generally up late by default, as well as watching American sports. The boys on the pod can vouch. We're all the same. If
Yes, but then how would you say you're an early bird?
because like say previous roles, work. I
Yeah, but
used to.
that's like work on
Yeah, yeah. All right,
on
cool.
a
Yeah.
week. Yeah,
All right, by
everyone for
choice.
work is
By
yeah.
choice, I'm a night owl. I'm
Okay,
a night owl. Definitely a night owl.
okay. Are you an introvert or an extrovert, or somewhere in between?
I think in between is called a demivert, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
I think so. Someone called me that once, and I was like, "That's me. That's me to a T." Because I'm generally, I'm generally no. I think I am. People think I'm an extrovert, but if I really want to keep to myself and do my own things, that a lot of my friends know. Like they're the ones to say Joe's the one that will do something alone. Like Joe's the one that can.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll just
that
say
is true.
I'm a not a big energy, but I'm a positive ball to be around.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I like that's what I like to think.
Now you're happy to talk about yourself.
Yeah,
Really getting into the
I
nitty
mean, you've asked the
gritty.
question. It's opened it up.
That's
So,
good.
but I
Okay.
genuinely think I've got a lot of introvert aspects within me.
Mhm.
I've just always seen like say I'm the person that's there, like forefront. So it might seem like I'm everywhere or a loud
We have this
person.
conversation.
Actually, loud. Loud's more extrovert instead of everywhere.
Okay.
Because you could be everywhere, but you could be an introvert.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, true. You could be in the room but not saying much. Yeah, I
exactly.
suppose.
Because
Then is that an introvert?
do you know what? Yeah, it was actually Kelvin that called me a demivert. Cause he said, yeah, anytime we go into new spaces, he said, I'm always the one that rarely says, I don't say a lot. I assess the situation.
Fair. Yeah. That is. Yeah. But then once you've assessed it, I feel like sometimes you
It's
can
still
get
then I
going.
can still keep to myself. So it depends on the environment. But if people want to call me an extrovert, so be it. Is what it
Fair.
is. What do you think I am?
I wouldn't say you're somewhere in between. Maybe more towards the extrovert
I'll
than
take
the
that.
introvert,
I'll take that.
but not necessarily an extrovert.
Yeah. Fair.
Anyways, city or suburbs?
City boy.
Oh.
City boy me.
One piece of advice for life.
Don't limit yourself to what you think you can't do. Like there's so much more to life. I think me and you've had this conversation. Um, you can literally, and I was saying it to someone yesterday. I think at work or so. They were saying they feel like they can't do something. I can't remember exactly what it was because they're getting older, and I was like, no, mate, you can fully do that. Like you're what 30, you fully can do whatever.
You want to do.
Don't put that age to that. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I just feel like in other aspects of life, I'd been prone to it when I was younger. You kind of limit your mindset in terms of what you can actually achieve or what you can actually do. And it's easy to not easy, but you can pick up skills now that you might think in life are too late, but it can still be beneficial. And you kind of read and listen to those stories, and you just see how much it actually makes those people happy in their like I'd say older age, but as they've got older and stuff like that.
Do you think that's come through age and wisdom, like that advice 10 years ago? Do you think that would have been your advice for life?
Yeah, but just maybe not to myself enough.
Okay.
So I'd always seen it for like other people, but I feel like it's because I always kind of I'm engrossed in other people's lives,
Mhm.
like in terms of what they actually do. Whereas like myself, it's now within the last couple of years, I'd say, all right, be a bit more selfish. And I should have probably applied that mindset for everyone else to
To
myself younger.
yourself.
But
It's
I'd
easy
always,
to give advice sometimes,
yeah,
but not always.
like I think I'd always said to people, don't limit yourself in anything that you do in it. So yeah, don't, there's too much to this world, man.
No,
There's
it's
way
true.
too
It's
much
so
to this
true.
world, bruv.
It's you just can't put yourself in a box, which
Yeah,
is basically what we was talking about the other day.
yeah,
I think naturally society puts you in that box, and often we conform. Like we're in that box,
mm,
and then we just stay in that box. Like
yeah.
yeah,
You just get so used to being where you are.
yeah,
And I don't feel like enough of us, myself as well, don't step out of our comfort zone
yeah,
enough. So things like that.
yeah. Top 3 music artists right now.
Top 3 music artists right now. It's crazy because we were all talking about Usher just before we started, but that's because his shows are going on.
Would he be?
Nah, he wouldn't
Oh.
be in mine. He'd be in Jacob's 100%, bruv. That guy knows every Usher lyric, bruv. My top 3 music artists right now, I'd probably say my go-to ones is like Ashake. That's kind of by default. The person who I then think, who I don't need to listen to, but I appreciate their craft and I really rate them high as an artist. Although their whole everything is Chris Brown.
Oh, same.
Chris Brown. I think he's the best in the world.
Same.
Like in everything.
Same. And I think those who don't agree, argue with yourself.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him.
Like I don't need to listen to Chris Brown for me to feel validated.
Same.
I just feel he's the best in the world at what he does. And then the third person is right now, you know. Who have I gone? Ashake, Chris Brown, and then I'm just gonna say Burna Boy. Can't really think of anyone else. I don't really go out my way to actively listen to a specific artist.
Yeah, that is. I would struggle with that question, to be fair.
Go on, who would you choose?
I actually don't know. Apart from Chris Brown, I don't know.
After Chris Brown, that's
just it. Yeah.
I get tickets for you, sure.
I bought them.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah.
Rah, them man there, you know. Ooh. Wow.
To be fair, I just literally put 2 in my basket and checked out. That I think they're in the clouds. I don't know where they are, but I said I'm going to that show regardless. And
in London?
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Has anyone claimed a second ticket?
No.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
just send me dates, mate. Send me dates.
What's your guilty pleasure?
I like pink gin.
Oh, that is a guilty pleasure.
I like pink
Never
gin.
knew that.
Only my colleagues kind of know that because that's the only time I kind of really drink it.
Oh, interesting.
So pink gin.
That was a good answer. That is really interesting. If you had to release an album, what would you call it?
Through a Different Lens, of course. What?
Oh.
Hey, come on.
No.
Hey.
That is.
Let me put my shades on for them. Through a Different Lens, baby.
That's the easy way out.
Why not?
What would you call it?
No one's called that album that I've heard.
Okay.
And it's crazy. I've heard it been referenced like so much of recent. Anything that I watch, people are like, oh yeah, Through a Different Lens. Like obviously talking in whatever they're talking about. Through a Different Lens. That's my answer.
That's manifesting.
Yeah.
Soon you'll be hearing it everywhere.
Yeah. Amen to that. And we better.
Top 3 takeaways, excluding cuisine from your own country.
Turkish.
Why is this so hard? I wouldn't think this would be a hard question. I feel like
Greek is kind of similar to Turkish. Yeah. So can I say Greek as well?
You can.
All right. Turkish, Greek, and probably...
Where do you mostly order from?
I won't go Greek.
I'll just check your Uber Eats.
Your beg. Turkish, Caribbean, and then I'll probably say Chinese. But I don't really eat Chinese too tough. I don't really eat all of them too tough.
So are they the top 3? Or
yeah, they're my top 3. Turkish, Caribbean.
But they're not your go-to. They're just your top.
Yeah, Turkish, Jamaican, and Chinese.
You've changed it now.
I said Caribbean. No, so I took out Greek already.
Oh, okay. I was hopeful that we'd be in there.
You're buying it. A man of cameras and mollies.
It's
not there. It's not there.
One thing you can't fly without, excluding your passport and the things inside your suitcase, like on the plane, you can't.
I've already said my phone, so I can't use that.
No, I would have thought.
Oh, what?
I would have. Well, no, I want to hear your answer, but I would have thought you would have answered it very quickly and with
No,
what I
because
would.
I was
Think
gonna
you're
say
gonna
my
go.
phone, but I'd already used that in an earlier question. So
Yeah, but then what else?
okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The what else? And you still think I would have answered it
Yeah,
that quick? Bad flat. Oh, headphones.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what I would
headphones.
have thought you would say.
Headphones. Oh, yeah, headphones. It's
Yeah,
because I was thinking of the phone aspect. That's why headphones. Yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite basketball player?
Oh, the king, LeBron James. And if there's a further question, as my favorite athlete of all time is him. So
Okay, well, we won't ask that one then.
yeah, all right, cool. Just getting ahead of the curve. Get me.
What
Okay.
inspires you to keep going in life?
I think just the aspect of living. I don't want to give a cheesy answer and say, "Oh, my family." Of course they do. But just the aspect of keep living, man. You've only got one life.
True.
There's again going back to a previous question. There's so much more to explore, so much more to do. And again, on not limiting myself. So yeah, the aspect of living, because I'm one of I'm not like I fear death in it. So the thought of
Do
living,
you?
yeah, the thought of living
Why though?
makes me happy. I feel like even if things ain't going right for me, as long as I'm in good health and say my family are as well, and say my close ones, that can actually lift my mood. And then me just wake up and then think, all right, cool, let's attack the day.
That's all you like. That's all you
Yeah,
need.
yeah. Sometimes
Technically,
that could be the boost that
yeah.
I need, innit? So, and then yeah,
No, but why do you fear death?
I don't want to die.
Well, you're going to
Yeah,
die.
yeah. And obviously, everyone does. Do you know what I mean? But like, I've still got so much to do.
Oh, you mean you don't want to die
Yeah.
anytime soon?
Oh, anytime soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I believe me and God got a very good pact. So fingers crossed we live
Okay.
up to those expectations. Yeah, there's too much to do, man. And I feel like I've not even hit anything of the surface of achieving anything
What
yet.
you
So
want to do?
yeah. So
Fair. Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
oh, wherever God wants me to be. So if it's up to me, I'd say covering different sports, multiple sports, or even a sport, but which could then broaden. Just for argument's sake, I know if I'm to go into one sport, that will easily open up other doors. Because not in an arrogant way, but I feel like I know a lot of sports compared to a lot of people. Like obviously people watch multiple sports and stuff like that, but I actually go back and I'll read up on a lot of people. That's my form of. I don't like reading books, but I like reading articles of people or like historically and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say covering sports, traveling the world, everyone enjoying with me. Singing
Amen
along
to that.
Yeah.
What legacy do you want to leave behind?
I feel like God willing, when I'm in a very good position to start like some form of a foundation, like that I've started something that just I own, and for
Is
that
there
to.
anything in particular that you would want? Like, what would you want your foundation to?
I think if it's a foundation to help people and give people an opportunity, where it like say I've started it and then I can witness it, and then obviously in 60 years time when my time's up, like it's in a very good place for say my future kids or anyone around me to continue that, and then people remember that as like my legacy.
So that, yeah, okay.
I've not really thought of a legacy aspect of life, but I do want to start up something like that where it can genuinely help people, and give people opportunities.
Is there any particular, when you say people, is there any particular like group of people that you would want, like
I'd say people
homeless, or
obviously like it'll be the end goal will be for it to be open to everyone, but like say if I can start up something in Sierra Leone for instance, and then that continued there and then expand it or if I have to start it here, I've got no problems as well. So yeah, that's obviously a very big slash long term kind of thing, but legacy aspect, that's yeah, it's quite broad. Something I've not really thought about, just something I want to do.
Mhm.
So yeah.
If you could time travel to any era, past or future, where would you go?
Oh, I think the 70s.
Oh,
I want to see the hippies in action. No disrespect to current hippies, but I want to see them in their prime.
yeah.
Like, I just think I'll have a great time, minus the
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
the extracurricular
You're
activities.
getting.
Yeah, nah. Me, I don't do them things. I'm scared. I'm the person that would do something stupid, and I'm the one that ends up on the
Yeah,
news. That's
yeah.
why I don't. Yeah,
No, it's
nothing
scary
like
stuff.
nothing like that for me.
It's scary
But I want to be in that environment. You get me? So
with
yeah.
your.
Yeah. I mean, the hair, I just pat my hair off, then we'll go back start style. So yeah,
Fair. Who is your favorite football player?
football. I don't really have a favorite like that right now. Retired, I'd probably say. Actually, has he retired? Iniesta. I don't know if he's retired because he was playing in Japan.
You ask.
Oh no, I think he retired last year. Iniesta. So he just retired. My old school ballers like Raquel.
I'm a piano or house.
Oh,
I knew you'd struggle with that one.
piano. But I like my
Which
I'm
one?
obviously right now I'm a piano.
Okay.
I'm a piano. I feel I can't sustain house for as much as I could when I was younger. Now, but I still like house a lot. But I like the fusion of house now as well. So
I'm
a piano. Yeah. What about you?
Darling, you already know the answer.
The one at Emma event, she says she's not going again.
Mine's neither.
I know it's not. Yeah,
I mean,
house. I've never known you to be associated with house in
No.
any form.
No, I don't. It's just both for me. Both of them just sound like
One
the
long
same
song. Yeah.
thing all night, like all day, all night. Like it's just the same. It's repetitive. No expense spared. Where would you go on your next holiday?
Bloody hell. Do you know what? I was actually looking up somewhere today. Tokyo.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that's how, I'm not really a bucket list kind of person, but that is actually really high on my list. Tokyo.
I like that.
What about you?
I think I'd go to Zanzibar.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's a no expenses spared because I actually want to go in the next few years, but
Yeah, same.
if no expense spared, trying to think, what am I doing when I'm there? 'Cause there's no expense spared. I really need to
Because you're probably
spend in
thinking
some
something like
coins.
Bora Bora, but what are you gonna actually do
No,
there?
I'm not interested in that. It's boring.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like from how
Maybe
expensive
Tokyo or Japan, so I can really get
yeah,
it
bro.
up.
I feel like you're just gonna enjoy so much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so like
Yeah,
Zanzibar. No, Zanzibar. There's a lot to do, but it's more like
just a couple of days.
yeah, like you. Yeah, I don't like. It's more of a you've already paid.
Yeah.
When you go, that what are you really buying?
Yeah.
Or paying?
Tokyo, I think I'll have a great time.
Yeah, you can really do it up.
Yeah. Could probably stay there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That'd be
Okay.
good.
What do you think people misunderstand about you the most?
I don't know. What do you think people misunderstand about me?
Yeah, I was about to say maybe that you're an introvert, outrovert. Like maybe they don't. Maybe people misinterpret. But also, I think if I didn't know you, I wouldn't necessarily always know how to take you.
That's fair. That's probably fair.
Like, if I'd just met you,
Yeah.
having a conversation, I don't know what I'd think.
Yeah. Okay.
Having left you.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's why I say I'm not as extroverted as people think. Because, like, again, going back to a new setting, it takes me quite a while to get really engrossed in a setting. But I think that's probably because, say, a lot of my friends, I feel like they're naturally bigger personalities than me.
Do you
Like
think?
but they're more outlandish than me at the get-go. Like you could put one or two in a room of 50 people that don't know each other, everyone's gonna speak. Me, if that was me,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
that room will still stay the same majority of the time. Maybe one or two.
Yeah.
You're right, Jill. Do you know what I mean?
But I don't think I don't think they're bigger personalities than you. I think they're just.
I think quite a few of my friends are big personalities.
Yeah. Okay.
I just feel like it's because I'm more at the forefront.
Yeah.
Like majority of the time, I'm the most visible person to a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
people
when
think I am.
when I'm with you, you're with people you know. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I'd always say like.
But I would say you're a big personality. I don't
like
think
it's
a
'cause
big
you know me
personality has
close.
to always talk a lot necessarily.
Like just for argument's sake, say different friendship groups that I've had or whatever. Say my school friends, the man them that I grew up with. I'd say those two.
Yeah,
Like,
they wouldn't you think they'd say you?
Just for like from a funny aspect.
Yeah.
I always think I'm one of the least funny in both sets of groups.
Okay.
Like that maybe that's how I see it, innit? I just think the man them are they're funnier than me in that aspect. But then from the outset looking in, just because of how like our camaraderie and how we are together, it will just kind of seem like we're all that kind of person or that individual.
Okay,
but a lot of us are very different.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But like I feel like them lot are like that's one thing I could admit, most of the man them are funnier than me. I might be funny, but the man them they're funnier.
Okay,
like,
okay, I get you.
Because the man them say dumb shit. Like they say dumber shit than me.
Yeah.
Like
you're more sensible.
I'm more sensible, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not. I won't say I'm the overthinker, but I'm the one that I assess things a bit more.
Yeah, and people would like come to you for advice.
Yeah. So I'd say in terms of the whole being misunderstood part, probably just don't take me being quiet in a situation for just like, oh, he doesn't want to be involved, etc. Just assessing my surroundings.
Okay.
But sometimes I can just open up straight away. That's something that not try to work on, but try to change up a bit. So, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's quite hard, isn't it? The misunderstood part. Maybe some people might say I might not speak up in certain situations where I should, innit?
Not to give a real life example, but like what sort of?
I feel like a lot of the time I'm in a situation where I'm in the middle.
Okay.
So it's hard for me not to pick a side, but you know, sometimes people might want me to pick a side there and there, and I'll be like, I'm always a kind of what did you do as well? It's not just hey, what did B do as well? So and then they might get defensive, etc. Oh yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, I'd say that maybe that.
Got you. What's your current favorite quote?
Oh, one I recently heard actually. Be where your feet are.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
And it was from a player that just came into the NFL. He's only had one season in the NFL, and already he's like already one of my favorite athletes to listen to. Bearing in mind he's much younger than me as well, but like his persona when he came into the league is just it was just a character or whatever. When he speaks, he actually speaks with substance, isn't it? And I feel not to diminish a lot of athletes, but a lot of athletes don't, or then they're either too media trained or they're not sure how to maneuver the media. He's so himself, but he actually articulates himself very well whilst being normal as hell. And he said something on a podcast I recently watched saying, be where your feet are.
In terms of, I feel like you could take that quote in a lot of different ways. How would you say, like, how would you relate that to your, like, in terms of, well, I don't know him or necessarily what he meant, but he potentially could be like, well, I'm at this club, so my feet are here. I need to have my head in the game. This is where I need to be. But then you could take it.
I think one aspect that I already somewhat implement is living for the moment as well. Like when people are like, oh yeah, blah blah. I'm like, bro, live for the moment. Enjoy shit now as well.
Yeah.
Like you can plan to enjoy stuff and plan to actually do stuff, but
also enjoy
now. That moment. Take pictures, even if you're not posting them. Take pictures to look back on them Even when you sent the picture of us in Mania the other day, I was like, shit, we
No,
were
that is an
pups then.
old
Do you know what I
one.
mean? But like stuff like that, I said it on one episode. I was like, on my camera roll, I probably got like 15,000 pictures.
Oh yeah, I saw
Or media, because I've still got pictures from like 12, 13
that.
years ago. And the odd time, if I'm looking for something, I'll come across that. And I'm like, yes, I enjoyed that moment, and I'm happy I did.
Yeah.
So be where your feet are in terms of living for the moment. That was just a quote that I liked him saying, and then him speaking about his career. So I'd say that is my favorite quote I've heard of recent.
It's a good one, to be fair. Do you have your own Netflix account or do you use somebody else's?
Do you know what? I think I'm good. I thought today I should remove everyone from my account.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew there was no way you was
I have
gonna
the
say
accounts for
that
everything.
you don't. Yeah, I'm on one. I'm
Yeah.
on yours.
you're
I
all
knew there
nasty
was no
pieces
way
of
you was
work.
gonna say you use somebody else's Netflix account. You are the king of accounts, and we just
Everyone finesses me.
attach like leeches.
Everyone finesse. I must get what's the password of one of my accounts every couple months from one of you guys, but
We appreciate it. Film or series?
Easily series.
Do you watch an episode at a time or do you just binge watch?
Binge watch. Unless the odd time, I'm weird in the sense that, like, if it's 11 o'clock and I plan to sleep at say 12, I'd watch one episode instead of going to bed early. Instead of going to bed an hour early.
Yeah, but me. No, I'm just a binge watcher.
But
so
then
if
I
I
watch
find
another
myself in that
episode.
situation,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch like
I'd maybe watch two.
I'll stretch it. Like it's gonna be free.
I'm a binge watcher still. I'm a binge watcher.
Yeah.
And I kind of plan when I'm going to.
Especially when it's a good one.
Binge watch. Yeah, it's not still.
You'll just risk it. Sleep is not mandatory. Sweet or savory?
It's kind of tough now, actually. I feel like I appreciate savory a bit more now. Sweet's kind of that was easy years ago, but I think I appreciate savory a little bit more. So I'll go with savory now.
What never fails to make you laugh?
Just say some of my close ones.
I was going to say that. You just said
yeah, some of my close ones.
Literally.
Like some of them do not think before saying shit, and it actually just makes me laugh. So. Yeah.
Fair. Finish the phrase. The way to my heart is
giving me £1 million. What?
Yeah, no.
Give me all the monies. The way to my heart is I don't know, you know.
No, I don't want to speak for you.
Go on. No, what do you think?
No, first.
But you might
tell me what you
prompt
think.
me. I genuinely can't really think the way to my heart.
I think you like acts of service. I feel like you like people making you things, doing things for you, like thinking of you.
I do, but not in a selfish way. I don't think people do it enough.
Okay.
So I don't feel like it's something that crosses my mind too much.
So what would you?
Go on, you keep going because you know me quite a bit. So.
No, yeah, I would say like you like having your hair washed and like just things like that. Not
well, that's more that's like a necessity now because my hair's gone longer. Isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. You can actually do it yourself.
And I do it myself more now. People don't do it for me though. My family members don't do it for me anymore.
Before they did.
Yeah, but they don't anymore. So that's what I'm saying. That I can't put that. That's not.
Yeah, but you can put it because you might still like it. It doesn't mean you get it all the time. Like it's not maybe not constant, but it's still maybe the way to your heart.
The way to my heart, bloody hell. I won't even say from financial.
Jesus, it's really locked away, isn't it?
Oh shit, yeah. I could be quite a cold-hearted person.
What is the way to your heart? You must know.
I genuinely don't know. It's probably someone put me in a door that I don't expect. That avenue or route was there for me. That could genuinely be a way to my heart.
What do you mean?
Like if someone can see something in me that I can't see.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. That's a nice answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like, again, it's like going back to gifts. I don't seek to receive in it. So I don't feel like, oh yeah, I want this from someone, etc. All that stuff. See something that I can't see in myself.
I like that. I like that a lot actually. Is your bed made right now, this second, currently?
100%.
Okay.
Oh, without fail.
Okay.
I can't leave my house without making my
Yeah.
bed.
No, I would expect
Yeah,
your
yeah.
bed to be made.
Like, when my sisters didn't used to make their bed when younger, it used to piss me off, bro. I'm like, why am I setting the standard?
Yeah. No, your bed should be made.
Yeah. Everyone's
Sets your
bed should be
day.
made. Yeah.
Apparently, you have a more productive day if you make your bed.
Like,
I don't know how true that is.
it might be true, but yeah.
If you could stop aging, what age would you choose to stay at?
Hey. I don't know, man. There's still.
I'll be a baby girl, no bills, no nothing.
Oh well, if you're gonna put it like that, but there's also so much you can't do.
There's so much I don't know that I can't do, so I don't care.
Yeah, but like you can't go on your baby girl at what age? Are you talking about like, as a teen?
Newborn, fresh.
Oh yeah, see.
No worries. Just
You,
cry,
you
milk.
can't remember
sleep,
nothing from
milk.
that part of life.
Great.
But I want to remember stuff.
Okay. What age?
And I want to be good health, everything. Let's say, I don't know what my late 30s are gonna look like, 40s, 50s. Let's say
What an age that you've experienced.
What was the question again?
Oh yeah, it would have to be an age that you've experienced if you could stop aging it. Oh, no, not necessarily, because yeah, any age, I suppose. Then
I'd say 25 felt like a good time. I
mm,
don't know why. Just felt it. Not that now it doesn't, but 25 felt alright. So
that's quite old. Like, not obviously 25 is not old, but like, do you feel really? I feel like we was living our best life. Like, so you remember being 18? You just had no cares, no worries.
My early 20s. Do you know what? I really enjoyed my early 20s, like 21 to 25.
Yeah, it's true. 20s, you start to mature and feel a bit more. You know yourself a bit more.
I used to do a lot of like, say me and one. As long as I got one person with me, that was before I'd done like a solo travel or any aspects. One person with me, we'll go like little trips, little breaks, etc. All that kind of stuff, or just like say try and do more activities and stuff like that. And I felt like early 20s, obviously again pre-COVID, life wasn't as hectic.
Yeah.
So the economy wasn't as busted.
It's actually, I forget that we even had COVID, but that was a game changer. Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah.
My early 20s. I felt like I really enjoyed my early 20s. So.
Is there something you've always wanted to do but never done?
Skydiving.
I thought you'd say that.
And I'm scared of heights.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm big time scared of heights.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. I think if you took me to a very high floor and I look down and I can just see air, I'm not going to say I'll faint, but there might be a chance. Like, it's a Jesus take the wheel situation. Like,
really?
yeah. Someone's got to save me or something.
You think you'd make it out the plane?
Yeah, because I know someone's with me, like directly.
Oh, so you're going together?
Yeah.
Both of us.
Like, I feel like I'm going to do skydiving. I'm going to be scared as hell, but I feel like I'm going to like. It's that crazy. When I was younger, I used to hate like say Tower Bridge. I would always walk roadside.
Yeah.
Like I would never walk like that. And
you're scared.
It took me until a very grown age.
So would you go on rides like that?
But it's again, I'm weird in the sense that fun fairs when I was younger, crazy rides, I used to love them. I love an adrenaline rush.
Would you still go?
Nah, I ain't got time for that shit.
No, okay, well, say it was someone's birthday. Okay, it's not like you wouldn't opt for it, but say it was someone's birthday, that's what they're doing.
What, Fort
it's
Park?
Unlikely, yeah, but
childish.
No, but let's just say you're there.
I'd say mind games.
You're not going on a ride.
No, I don't think. Now I have no. I feel like I've not missed out because I actually lived it and I enjoyed it. Like,
okay, fair.
I did a lot of theme parks when younger, a lot of fun fairs, a lot of the crazy rides, everything like that. Now, my head won't hack it, but I want to skydive though.
If you could ask the universe one question and get a definite answer, what would it be?
Why isn't there another one of me?
Oh my God.
No, not in an arrogant way. I wish there was actually another me. Oh, I was a twin. Yeah, I'd want someone that's like me around me so I could see like
But that's out of all the questions.
Yeah. I think maybe that's partly because I'm the only boy out of sisters.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I wish there was another me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, say, a lot of people don't see things until too late. And again, from me assessing a lot of things or being patient in a lot of situations, I want someone else to be in that same position, like with me, all the time.
To be in the position with you, or to assess
All the time,
like
both,
to assess you. Oh,
like
okay.
all the time to think how I think. I feel like sometimes it takes a lot of my not in a derogatory way, but a lot of people around me. If I don't keep someone updated from the get-go about something, they're not going to understand why I'm pissed about it, say, in a very long time. It's just going to look like I've lashed out. So, for instance, if there's
you say that.
If there's something, you're one of the few people that I will keep updated about a situation from the very beginning, because I'm like, it's a little thing now, but you're going to see how this thing's going to escalate or what route it could potentially go down. And this is how I am. Like, I'm the kind of person, if I've told someone something, one thing, I'm not going to repeat it. Like, well, we're grown. And even when we weren't grown, it's like, sometimes I feel people take my kindness for weakness in that aspect, isn't it? So if I say something once, all right, cool, do your thing. But when it gets to that peak, at least one person is going to understand why I'm pissed off with that situation.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I want another another me. Yeah, we're bouncing off each other.
No, you wouldn't have enough of you. Just ask the universe why there's not enough of you.
Yeah, let the universe bring another me, bro.
What is a subject you'd like to learn more about? Like, imagine you could just have all the knowledge about one particular subject.
It has to be something I feel like I don't really know much on.
Yeah, like what?
I think, do you know what? Something like stock markets.
Ah, that's a good
stock markets.
answer.
Yeah, I always think that people, they're just extra smart by default. Stock markets.
Yeah, that's a good answer, to be honest.
Yeah, because I've not got a Scooby about that. I'd have to ask my economist friends.
I would have said Black history.
Black history for you.
History, I think.
That's not a bad answer.
Yeah,
but I feel like because we got
that is a good answer.
Decent
I wouldn't have thought about
knowledge. We have.
Do you know what I mean? We do have some. Whereas stocks.
I couldn't tell you. So stock markets.
What's your favorite feature on yourself?
I mean, right now it's probably my hair. Right now, but I don't know. Don't know.
Going with that?
Yeah, go with my hair. I feel like I got decent, proportionate to my face, nose, lips, ears, all that. Just say my hair. Yeah. I don't really care too tough about that stuff. So.
Okay. If you had to live outside of England, where would you choose to live?
Oh, this is tough because I could easily F off out of this country.
But to where? Where? Because if you're thinking like live, would you live there and want to live far away from your family? Like,
I ain't got no problem living away from my family.
No,
and friends. Sorry.
So you don't. So that's not a. That's a non-factor. What else?
Yeah, now it's like.
Would you
no
prefer
offense.
somewhere hot?
None. You guys are.
You guys what?
You guys are. Oh my god! I can't go because of them. No. See you later.
No, yeah, I think you have to. Like we said that earlier. I think you have to. Life is for living. That's
yeah.
Whole point. But
I always think with living, it's weird. Like going back to my geographical days, I actually like safe places as well.
Yeah.
Like places without natural disasters. That's why I don't feel like. I feel like I can live anywhere, but it's just for the duration of time. Like, as effed as it is, and as small as it is, the UK is very safe in terms of natural disasters.
Yeah.
Compared to, and I actually think of that kind of shit if I'm to say, not spend the rest of my life somewhere, but live somewhere stupidly long term. And a lot of places in the world have natural disasters.
That's why that's why we always say you're the sensible one, because I would never I'm just going to where it's hot and where the vibes are. I'm not thinking about earthquakes.
Oh yeah, I used to love that part of geography when I was younger.
Important.
No, it is.
You want to survive.
Because in my mind, like, another reason why I'd want to go for instance, I think I mentioned Tokyo earlier.
Hmm.
Tokyo is one place that I want to go to visit, but to also see if I can picture me living there.
Oh yeah, you said you're a city boy because I feel
Whereas
like Tokyo is really like.
everywhere else that
So yeah,
I'm going to
that would make
that I want
sense.
to visit, I say bucket list. It's not to go and see if I can live
Live
there.
there.
So Tokyo might be my answer then,
Yeah.
because I want to see could I live there. Like everywhere
That
else,
could
I
be a
actually
really
just want to
cool
go. Do you
place
know
to
what I mean?
live.
Yeah, I think it will be. I feel like that side of the world, they're much more advanced with a
Yeah,
lot of
way
stuff,
more.
a bit more futuristic with
Yes,
certain stuff.
way
Like,
more. Which probably is a blessing and a curse for
yeah,
someone who's coming from where we're coming from. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously
yeah,
that's what they know, so for them it works.
yeah.
But for us, it's true. We'd have to like really know can this work for us? Like
Yeah.
could this work for us? But that's a good answer. I'd never think somewhere like Tokyo.
And do you know what? Like, also my own my motherland, Sierra Leone as well. If I had like say a great position and I was there, yeah,
Hmm.
and the country was way more developed as well, because that plays a big aspect.
No, you can't say if.
Yeah, okay, cool. If it's the current state, yeah. Cause when
No.
my last visit there, patience, boy, look, oh my gosh, you gotta be patient. If you hear someone say TIA, it means this is Africa, bruv.
So not right now.
yeah, not right now. Then.
Maybe in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Rap or R&B?
Oh, rap.
Rap or Afrobeat?
Now Afro beats.
I was going to say that had to be your answer because
Yeah.
you're free top artist.
Who was it?
Two were Afrobeat.
Yeah. But like even back before, it was just Burna Boy was my like go-to artist, but I still rated other genres more than Afrobeats. But I feel like Afrobeat development has been fantastic as well. So
yeah, it had. Grime or rap?
rap.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I thought
easy.
you might have said grime.
No, I'm not a. I enjoy like listening to some grime tunes or MCs, but I could name only a dozen grime artists and I'm good.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in your career and how did you overcome them?
I think dropping out of uni, and at that moment not knowing like what I want to do. But I feel like by overcoming it, my work ethic just massively increased.
Okay.
So even though I went straight into retail, then I was like, yeah, I'll go. I knew I had to go full time to sustain my living, and stuff like that. So I'd say yes, that is probably my biggest challenge that I can think of.
What are some key lessons you've learned that you wish you had known earlier?
Just kind of understanding that. And I kind of got a good feeling of it from fairly young, but not everyone kind of thinks like you in the sense that, like, a lot of people naturally look out for themselves, which is completely fair. But I do kind of wish I had that gauge of people slightly earlier than I did. I feel like I picked it up fairly early anyway, but which would have led
I'd say
me.
that's good though, because I think most people don't until they're way down the line, like they're a lot older. Do you know what I mean? I think it's good that you.
Yeah, but I feel like that also kind of hindered me as well,
Okay.
in an aspect where I didn't focus on myself enough, like or what I wanted to do. Again, I don't feel like I've been selfish enough in my own life.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like that's certain things that has held me back at times. Like,
I can definitely relate to that.
What, for yourself?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question? I feel like I just kind of went off a tangent.
What are some key lessons you've learned that you wish you knew earlier?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like did I answer that?
That was one. Are there any more?
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably
a
key lesson in that aspect.
I think it's a very key lesson. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I actually do.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I do. I do still.
Why?
I feel like you can find again, that's one thing I don't limit.
Love.
Yeah, people can find their person there and there,
Uh-huh.
or you can find them in however long it takes. If it's that person there and there, then
Do you
so
believe
be it.
it's love at first sight in terms of like you see that person and you know this is I'm going to marry, or when
I feel like
do you
love at
watch
first sight is very vague, but like you kind of get a decent inclination. Okay, I can maybe. Do you know what I
okay
mean? It's not like, oh, I want to marry that person
yeah
there on the spot, but yeah, all right, I can see something with that person.
okay.
So yeah, I do.
Would you choose to never worry about money again or have guaranteed happiness for the rest of your life?
Ah, that's easy. Never worry. No, I'm joking. Guaranteed happiness.
Okay,
Guaranteed
that is
happiness.
the only right answer, by the way.
What? Yeah, mate. Tell him, hey, the economy is economy, mate. I mean, after this, we're gonna charge you for coming on, mate.
Don't worry. When you're happy, I think Jacob's had this discussion with his friend, but when you're happy, the money will come.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
telling you. If you had to, would you prefer to stay in the desert or the Arctic for 3 days?
I think most people's answer is the desert. I
But are
genuinely,
you most people
I genuinely hate
being cold?
being stupidly hot.
Oh yeah, you said that
I
earlier.
I really don't like it.
So you'd go for the Arctic?
If I can pattern myself in a proper igloo,
Oh, you have to go against the status quo, don't you?
yeah.
Of course.
So
No, I'm
are you basically
joking.
saying I'd rather be hot or rather be cold?
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
rather
say
be
the
hot then.
desert,
Yeah,
but
I'd
in the
rather.
Arctic you technically you can wrap up. So I mean, you'll still be cold, but in the desert, there's no like you can't cool yourself down. There's no
There's
water.
nothing.
There's no nothing.
There's nothing. Nah, nah. Yeah,
So
I just give. It depends if I can add the caveat of patterning my igloo, and that's it. If it's that, then
it'd take you 3 days to build it.
yeah, what can you build in the desert? The sun will go like that, mate. So yeah.
What would you pack with you? What 3 items would you
Oh
pack?
no. Oh no. If it is in, if it's in the Arctic, I can't really play football. Whereas in the desert, I'll take a football.
Football?
Yeah, I'll take a football. I always go back to my roots. Take a football. I need to
This
keep
is
myself
life or
entertained.
death.
No, it's not. It's like, what would you say? It's like saying, what would you take on an island?
Yeah, I wouldn't take football anyway, but yeah.
All right, cool. I think I'd then force myself to read and take a book. And then if I could have something that can play music. I don't know
Like
what
if
it
it would
is.
work for 3
Yeah,
days.
but if it could
Fair?
work, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Keep yourself entertained.
Yeah.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Again, I feel like I'm a good connector of people.
That's about 10 words.
I know. Describe yourself in 3 words. I thought it was 3 different words, but
I think one of the top, can I just say one of the top words, logical.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Won't dispute that.
you can think logically in any situation. Like
I wouldn't say in any situation, but a lot, like enough situations. Because there's a lot of things that I feel like I still wouldn't think logically, and
you're not like a panic. Like like people could be panicking around you maybe, and you might be like, okay, what can we? You don't think you're.
I might panic, but I try to look for a solution.
Yeah, that's
as
what
well.
I mean. So that's like quite logical.
Yeah. What 3 words can you? Logical.
No, you don't have to take that one.
No, I'll take it because you've given it to me. Logical, assertive, and positive.
Yeah,
I genuinely try to be as positive as possible. So
I'd say this.
like, even if there is hardship, let's try.
Yeah, see that I think that's back to the logical. Like I think you Yeah,
But
I
I
think
won't even
that's a
say
good.
that's necessarily been
Yeah,
logical.
that's not necessarily logical.
Because there's some
Yeah,
people that
true.
aren't positive, but
Maybe
they're very
I don't know
logical.
if that's the. Maybe logical is not the word that I'm looking for then. Yeah, maybe it's just positive.
Mm,
Like you know that tomorrow's going to come, and
yeah.
as you said earlier, like you've got your health and you can
Yeah.
overcome.
Positive, assertive. I'm just gonna go with logical because I can't think of anything else right now. Since
That's a
you brought
cop
it up.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to have a superpower, what would it be?
I feel like I've answered this somewhere. I genuinely can't remember where. If I had a superpower, teleport.
Oh, why?
I just get from A to B quicker. And I'm quite time conscious, so if people are taking the piss
True.
with time, I'd F off
True.
and I'd wait until they're ready and then I'd come back. Like
Fair.
as basic as that sounds, like if I'm late somewhere, it's either out of my own negligence, very rarely, or I'm late for an external reason. But I try to not be late to a lot of places. I'll give like a good time window, or if you give me a time, I will try to adhere to that time.
Mm-hmm.
So teleport, yeah.
Fair. My
People
mum
don't respect time enough, and I feel that's a bit of a big problem.
feel attacked.
No, I genuinely weren't talking about you.
I know you wasn't, but
Do
the
you
shoe
feel you're bad
fits.
with time?
I know I'm bad with time. Awful.
I've never
I
actually.
know because you're very timely, so I have to be.
Oh, fair.
You
Oh,
don't
you
play
respect.
that.
So I respect that still. You respect that. Yeah, I respect
But
that
I don't
still.
think there's anyone else who would have that view. Of
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I genuinely feel people take family and friends, whoever's watching this, a lot of people take the piss with time. And I'm just gonna start like,
Teleporting.
yeah, literally that.
My daughter was asking my mum these questions earlier,
Mm,
and when it got to superpowers, she said understanding all languages, and I was like, that's a really good one. Like I've done these questions on a few people now,
see,
and I was like, that's actually a really good
this
one
is
because
why I
everyone
needed her
says
hair.
the superpowers that you see in the films,
Yeah,
teleporting, invisibility. I was like, wow, you could understand and communicate with everyone in the world.
because I was
That's
gonna put bilingual on one of the previous questions, but it didn't. The shoe didn't fully fit.
was
But
it the
yeah,
one that
that
said
will be.
what if you could learn about? No.
I think it was that one or something that you don't really know,
Oh,
etc.
okay, yeah.
But then I
But
felt like because it was too vague. Do you know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah.
You can't just learn every
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
Whereas stock
Yeah.
market, you can actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Learn
So
the
yeah.
whole yeah.
So that's great. That's actually my favorite.
Yeah, that's a really good
That's a
one.
great answer.
Yeah. I thought so too. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset, sunrise wakes me up, and sometimes it pisses me off if I want to have a lay in. I'm a fairly light sleeper, so a light if I've not closed curtains properly, etc. A bright light a sunrise can wake me up.
So you're not going for sunrise, it's
Yeah,
sunset.
sunset.
Fair. Which actor would you cast to play you in your life story?
Bomber.
I thought you'd find that question easy because you're really good at like
I'm not good with
someone like I don't know
I'm not
actors and
great with actors
actresses.
and actresses' names. My colleagues are sick with them. Sometimes in the discussions, I'll just sit back and they'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, then I'll Google quickly. And I'll be like, I've watched this.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't know who
Yeah.
it is. Ooh.
Or like, is there a film you've watched and you maybe don't know the actor's name, but
Ooh. I'm just gonna say someone from the end who's in Hollywood, Damson Idris.
fair. I think that's a cop out, but
Oh wow, wow! The first
no,
thing.
because that's the only person you know.
No, I know. I could have said.
All right, okay. Yeah,
I
but
could say
why?
Martin Lawrence. You get me, William
Oh,
Smith.
yeah, but why? Like, I'd say Kerry Washington
Why?
because I think we have similarities.
Okay,
So why would you say Damson?
it's from the end. He'll
Your accent's the same.
like Damson will appreciate more. I'm not just choosing anyone from London. Damson's from Peckham. I'm down the road.
Oh yeah, true.
Like
So yeah,
Damson will. I'd like to think he'd
understand.
understand.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah. How do you think the place you were raised shaped you and your perspective?
I think it helped me to be streetwise.
Mhm.
Because I feel like our environment, when you're exposed to certain, not exposed to certain things, because I wasn't exposed to things like that, but just being aware of like what is right and wrong.
Mhm.
'Cause growing up where we did, or where some of us grew up, you could easily go down another route.
Mhm.
And then again, I'm thankful like I got the parents that I have got, because they were aware of what's going on. But I never felt like to go another route or
Yeah.
to overstep the mark or something like that. So what else is that part of the question? Sorry. Or what? Say the question again.
How do you think the place you were raised shaped you and your perspective?
Yeah, so I said the streetwise aspects. And just witnessing, so not as if I witnessed anything crazy, but just witnessing or seeing the route people could potentially
Mhm.
go down. I just didn't want to like say let my parents down.
Mm.
And I'd be aware of what's going on, and I'd know where to, just for argument's sake, play out
Mhm.
what certain
Mhm.
distance I should go to.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't go kickball there. It might not be good. So I'd say bring it back to the streetwise. It helped me like. then I started assessing situations quite early. And then say my friendship groups as well. That's one thing I always say. I feel like I got lucky with my friendship group.
Yeah. I agree.
Like my primary school friends, which then further developed a college friends and friends after that. We were all like our core group, especially our school lot, because that's where we started to really experience a lot of stuff. We experienced those things together. We saw a lot of things. Like the man them knew what was right and wrong. They knew what to do, and
Yeah.
do you know what I
And
mean?
you guys made good decisions.
Yeah,
Overall, like obviously not. No one can always make
yeah.
great decisions.
Like, we
But
made as good as decisions as we
yeah.
possibly could. No one really overstepped the
Mhm.
mark in that sense. We were always near enough together, innit? If they weren't all over at my house, I'm at theirs, and I feel like coming from all our parents on all different sides, they all felt comfortable.
Mhm.
Like wherever we are, I feel like our things were slightly safer for us then than it is now, innit? So yeah, I'd say that helped shape mold me and stuff like that.
Well, that was the final question.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I feel like
Okay.
you've answered all of them.
Okay.
You
Cool.
did well.
Thank gosh. Put my shades back on. Nah, joking.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed answering these questions, to be fair, getting to know you more.
Yes, I mean, you know enough of my life, but this was actually good for me to talk about, because I don't really talk about that kind of stuff too much. And I appreciate you coming on, helping us, helping me
Appreciate you asking
deliver
me.
the goods. Yeah, no, I said you'll be good to ask me these questions, because I knew you'll be good to prompt me on certain things as well. So really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And definitely come back on for a different lens when you're ready. Come with all the men.
See what I can do.
Yeah, get
to
me.
check my schedule.
Yeah, I mean, you're a busy person. You're a mother. Everything's important, so completely get that. But guys, big round of applause for our guest and interviewer. Sorry, Keisha. You might see a lot more. You might not. And I am Joe NBT. I'm signing out. What, you don't want to say, Keisha, signing out?
Casey, signing out.
Get me, peace. Thank you
Bye.
for listening. Like and subscribe. Back.